All right. Well, I was going to a hackathon today and didn't end up working out. So I thought I would just do it anyway, solo here and record the result. So it was a 90-minute speed run to build anything really with your favorite vibe coding tool. So I had an idea that I was excited to build and I wanted to use Allspark for it. So I'm going to do that right now. So I've got a timer up here. So I'll kick that off, and then we can, and then we'll get going, and then we'll see where I get in 90 minutes. So let's do it. All right, so I'm gonna start the timer, and we're off. Okay, so the plan for the day, and you'll see me recording periodically, so that may be super whisper, but I'll see. So I'll talk out what I'm going to type most of the time. Um, Okay, so the concept that we're building, and I'm speaking it to recording now, and the concept that we're building is a very, very simple comic book creator. We have only 90 minutes to build this, and I want to do it as quickly and simply as possible so that we can get the best comic book result possible. So here's what I want to do. I want to start by just doing the script. Like we want to start by just using the script for generation. And so I want us to begin by creating a little outline for a how we would use the already built-in AllSpark um, open router adapter to generate and to prompt and generate um, the script of a comic book. Later on, we'll move on to designing it, but I want to start with the script first. And so when we do the script, I want it to be broken down into like chunks so that that can be so at the very top level we should have, and this would be like a Rails resource, probably a comic book. And then for each comic book we would basically want to generate a script, right? That's our first step here. And so in the first step of the script is defining the plot, so the user can give some input, and then that will run a generator to generate the plot for a script in the detail that's needed for a comic book of normal comic book length, kind of like the Transformers comic books of the 1980s. And I'll give you a link to the series of those so that you can review them and understand the context there. So what I want to do, so once we have created we generated our plot, given our and then we can then generate the main characters of the plot, right? So given the plot, we should be able to pull out a couple two to five main characters that we will describe in detail in terms of personality, goals, characteristics, abilities, weaknesses, and things that are interesting for comic book characters as general characteristics. And then I want to use all of that to create a script. And now then we'll create it as input. So the script is also going to be a couple of steps of prompts. So first step is going to be to build the story arc. So given the inputs that we just generated, then it'll build the story arc. And then um, given the story arc, it should then break it down into scenes. And so there should be another prompt that like breaks out scenes with great descriptions of what each of those scenes are, enough so that and like the kind of arch of that scene and the goals and the intro and the kind of the vibe and the energy and just all the things needed to really describe what the scene should be. And then uh, and then that scene should be broken down into rows of cells. So it'll be we'll make it four rows per or four cells per row is the plan. And the let's see, so four cells per row, and again, there will be a very great description of like what the beginning and end of that should be, and then a description of each of the cells at kind of this high level. And then there'll be another for each of those cells, we'll have another generator that, like, given all of that previous context, generates the details needed for that cell that we'll later use that to make an image of it. So this should be like descriptive enough to be used in a prompt that we'll be able to um, use in an image generator. So that's a really great starting point. So I want you to think ultra hard about this, and in a markdown file in our docs workspace planning directory, I want you to create this markdown file, and then we'll review it together for outlining this script generation process using the like all of the functionality that AllSpark already has incorporated, and just make sure that you're using the model for I'll give you the model for the Google to make sure that we're using this as our base model for generating text. Let me get that here. There we go. So we want to use the Google 3 Pro preview, not the image model for this. This is for text. So we're going to be generating the script in these stages. So think ultra hard about this and create a detailed plan for implementing this. Okay, so now what's happening is Super Whisper, you can see over here, is recording, or it's transcribing the recording that we just made. There we go. Now it's pasted all that in here. It's kind of a lot, right? And then there was a little information that I posted there. So let's get started. Let's see what it does. All right. So now what this is going to do is here. I'm just going to refresh this so it doesn't keep sending these dupes. Okay. So what it's going to do right now is it's going to just create a little plan for us to I don't know what that status code field was. It's interesting. Anyway, so what it's doing right now is it's going to create a little plan. It's going to look at our existing code base, which it has a pretty good idea about already. But we've got some guides in here that it's going to check out to make sure it has good context. It's going to make sure it understands its configuration of how things are going. It's going to find the directory, so that's cool. Now it's going to check the client interface. So to plan okay, so how it's going to work there, that's great. With, hopefully it doesn't do too much. Oh, I see. So the LLM client interface is what it's talking about here. So now it's going to know how to generate these. Okay, well, it's going to start with the Gemini 2.5 model, so that's fine. We'll let it start with that, and then we can use the model we want later. These preview ones, it doesn't seem to like to use as easily, so I have to keep pushing it. So anyway, so now what it's doing is it's going to create this multi-stage uh, pipeline plan, hopefully. Let's see. And it's going to write it in uh, it's going to write it in the directory that we asked it to use down here, which is probably not done yet. So we're kind of waiting on it to execute. But in the meantime, I'll just open this up, and it's not Docker. We want to go in Docs, and we're going to be in Workspace, and it's going to be in this planning directory here. So let's see how long this is going to take. We're 10 minutes in, so we could. We'll once we get a good plan, we'll have some productive stuff going here. So, okay, so it's still thinking and hasn't written yet, but we'll give it a second. The watched pot doesn't boil very quickly. So we'll just let this guy cook, and then we'll check in with it here. And now this is working. There's not much more I can multitask with, so I'm just going to do multitasking on other things on the side. But when this is comes back up, we'll see it, and we can keep moving forward. So, great. Here we go. Created the file, so you can see just like a little preview of it here. It's going to give me a summary, but I can actually scroll down here and see the full thing. Let's refresh. There it is, comic script. Speedrun comic script. All right. So I'm going to generate this thing. Okay, user input, plot. Great. Database schema. I'm sure this is all great. Okay, cool. And then this all seems pretty good. All right, so let's just let this guy. Okay, that looks pretty good. And it looks like it actually did a pretty good bit of the implementation already. So it seems probably fine. I didn't really notice anything's too crazy there. Let's see what it said as a summary. Okay, so we have a comprehensive plan. Okay, so we're going to generate 6 stages. Great. We're using the open router. Whatever, it'll work. Great. Okay. Plot character. Great. 90-minute plan. Core characters plot. Well, let's see how it goes. All right. Would you like me to start implementing this? Yes, start implementing. Actually, we're gonna give it a yes. Start implementing. Okay, just wanted to give it a little bit of extra oomph there by telling it to think extra hard, ultra hard. Um, Great. So that is going to start cranking away. Let's see how it starts off. So we want to implement the system, multi-step task. Great. Awesome. So it's going to create all these services, which is exactly what we want it to do. And that's probably going to take it a little while. So we're just going to let that guy cook for a while longer. So we're about not quite 15 minutes in, and I think we have a really good plan for how to uh, create the script, which is a really major part of this. So if we come out of this with like a pretty decent script, I think we'll, probably have a pretty good framework for creating the images too. So we'll have to see how that goes. So this thing is, oops. All right, it's thinking, it's doing, what's it doing now? It's generating these panels. Oh, great. Awesome. It's using generators. Love that. Um, okay, cool. We'll let this guy cook for a little while longer, and I don't think there's anything I can really do in the meantime. You know what I might have it do in the meantime in another session? I really want this to be influenced by the Transformers. So I have this like the Transformers, the original Marvel comic from 1984, ironically, the year I was born. And it has some great descriptions. And there's a lot of great, I don't know. So I'm just going to give it this as context. I'm going to have it do some deep research and find a lot of great imagery and representations and summarize and understand the script of this, just because I kind of want to, and we might be able to use that later on for some context. So I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to turn back on Super Whisper. Okay, so I would like you to look at this Transformers Marvel comic like this particular series. I mean, I'll give you the link to the here's the overall comic for additional context, but my main focus is this classic one. But anyway, so I want you to do is I want you to review the series itself, all of the issues, and I want you to just do a deep dive analysis into the plot lines, the themes that came up throughout the comic series, the characters involved. Give me some descriptions of them visually and personality and character wise in terms of their traits, strengths, weaknesses, since they're transformers, the things they transform into, and then a similar description of when they're a transformer and when they're when they're transformed into what their shape is, and then when they're as a robot, this should go for Autobots and Decepticons, right? So there's that characteristic of them as well, and then and then I want you to yeah, and then find like do a lot of research. Like you're probably going to do just a bunch of web research here and do as much as you can. Find images, examples of images, and I want you to save those in our docs planning directory a kind of like a folder that's specific for these kind of call it markdown files that you're going to create, that is the analysis of the actual comic series, and then also the in an adjacent folder, all the images that you find. Like I want to find a bunch of really cool images because I want to use this as context for later things. So find a whole bunch of cool Transformers images, not just from these comics, but also from like the cartoon, from the original cartoon series, and draw it from the original cartoon series as much as possible. So think ultra hard and really dig deep on this. Create a very extensive plan for yourself to kind of do this wide ranging survey, and then zooming into these specific characters and things like that. So do all this work and then let me know when you're done. All right, I'm very excited to see the treatise on Transformers. So where are we at over here? Let's look back on this side. What's been happening recently? Okay, here we are. So we've done our database migrations for the models. Awesome. Uh, okay, model files and validations, relationships. Cool. So we're creating the plot generator service. Awesome. So now we're going to start going through the this. So it's going to create the service directory structure. Okay, so we're going to do comic generator and the services. Okay, the plot generator is already writing it. Where are we at? Okay. Oh my goodness. We're flying through this. Okay, so we're down to the orchestrator service, which is fun. Let's see. Now, where are we at now? Man, this is moving quickly. All right, so we're about ready to. So we created the comic book controller and routes. I'm not really sure what that means. Maybe it wants us to. Maybe it created views too, so that we can view it. But I'm going to try to have it do this like from the command line, so that it can test and get a lot of progress on this, so that we don't have to waste a lot of time pointing and clicking around. So okay, so it's running the migrations. Let's see how this guy's doing over here. Oh, sweet, it's doing a bunch of research. Went to all these web searches. We got lots of Marvel stuff going on. What's its plan? Okay, so it's going to research all the Transformer series, the overview. Cool. It's going to analyze the major plot arc, story structure. Great. It's going to research the Autobot characters and their traits, the Decepticon characters and their traits. Okay, and then we're going to document all of this stuff, or compare it to the G1 cartoon. I'm not even sure what that is. Collect the image references and URLs, and hopefully it downloads them. I assume it'll do that. Neat. All right, so this is cool. So it's doing a ton of web research. This is going to be great. I can't wait to see this. And we're almost 20 minutes into our speed run. So what's back over here? Um, we're creating. We got some migrations going. Where are we in this process? Running the migrations for the and test the end-to-end generation. All right, sweet. All right, so it's finding some bugs and fixing them. Awesome. All right, cool. So it's going to do this for a little while as it fixes a bunch of little issues. No problem. What's happening over here? Um, you know what? I know we're going to do something. We're going to do this later, so we might as well do this now. Um, so we're going to be creating a integration with the Nano Banana 2 model. And this is the open router model and that you can use for it. The Gemini 3 Pro image preview is the Nano Banana 2 model. If you look actually, if you actually do end up on um, uh, this is the name that they specifically give it on the website is also pasted in here. Anyway, so I want you to, we're going to be doing some image generation, and where we're going to be creating comic book characters or comic book strips, right? So what I want you to do is create an integration with the Open Router API. We already is an, I think there already is an image generation. Like look at see what services there are and AI services, and well, there's definitely an Open Router integration. I don't know if there's one that does um, image generation with this specifically. So I need you to think ultra hard and work on making this um, image generation work really well. So we just want to have a service that when we provide it a prompt, and we can also provide it an existing image for context as well. It should use the open router provider, right? You may even have to create a subclass or a different service because this image stuff is very specific, and we're in a huge hurry here. So just make sure, like, just do it the right way the first time, and don't worry about code duplication or anything like that. Just like make sure you get it working really quickly, and then yeah, and then so get that working, test it, generate some images and stuff, so that I know it's working. Because I want to just have this ready so that later on, when I'm when I have like scripts and other specific things I can give you, like I want to have the Nano Banana 2 image generation already working really well. So think ultra hard about this, make a detailed plan for yourself, but to investigate this, to understand the existing code base and the open router API and how it works with this specific model. And I want you to then make a plan for implementing the generation, an image generation service that you can test with a rake task to just make sure it works perfectly. And then later on, we'll integrate it into other things. All right, cool. So what this is doing right now is it's just going to, yeah, so we'll do these in parallel. That's probably a good idea because we'll work on the text generation in one stream. We'll work on that in another stream. And then I guess we'll have our funsy stream over here, which is um, the Transformers background research. I'm very excited to see this. Oh, it's got some series overview results already. Where is it in its process? Oh, cool. It's almost done. So what did it do? So it documented the visual styles, it collected all the stuff. So this is gonna be fun. So before we get into that, okay, this guy finished. So this is the important thing. This is critical path here. So what happened? Implementation is complete. We'll see about that. What was built? Okay, like what the generators built. Service is cool. Okay. Great background jobs for async. Well, okay, good. Action cable, cool. How to test? Do a quick test. Sure. The API. Um, okay, so run a test for me and tell me how I can view the results. So yeah, I just want to have it run the test. I mean, basically, it's like, great, this works. If you do this, then let's say successfully, functionally, you can start creating comics immediately using the console or this. Sweet. It's not, unfortunately, it's trying to do the Nano Banana image generation. Oh, you know what's happening is this is in it, it's overlapping with this one over here. So we're just going to let these guys go independently. Unfortunately, they were too related to one another. And I have a bug in the back end. I think that make keeps these conflates these things a little bit. So hopefully we didn't hurt this at all. But I think it should be fine. And then this guy probably canceled, right? Let's make sure you're stopped. We don't want to have two Nano Banana services at the same time. It's probably going to kill this, and I'm going to have to restart it, but that's okay. Let's see, it was a minute ago, so we'll see how long that is. If this guy doesn't mean anything yet, it's supposed to say it got canceled. Okay, good. So this guy got canceled. How's this one doing? Let's see. We'll give it a minute. Let's create the open router. All right, now let's do this. So that was 12. That was a minute ago. I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna cancel this. I'm gonna say continue, just so I make sure that it actually works. Because I have a feeling when I cancel the other one, it might have interrupted this job too. So we'll just get it going. That's fine. Okay, cool. Think ultra hard as you continue this implementation. All right, so let's just say pick up where you left off. And I'm sure it'll just do that. Minor tweak. Okay, we're almost 30 minutes in, and I think we've probably got a pretty reasonable script generator. Let's see. I wonder if it gave me anything in here. Script generation implementation complete. Okay, so this is what it did. Here's how to use it. All right. Uh, yeah, I wanted to write a rig task to experiment to do that. But once this one finishes writing, okay, cool. Let's move in again. Great, it is doing its own image adapter. Great, it did write that. So how's it going with our okay, our character. Oh, this is so cool. So we got character research for Autobots. We got Optimus Prime. Okay. His alternate form is a Freightliner, right? Weapons, cool. Bumblebee, cool. It's interesting. It used to be a Volkswagen Beetle, right? That's funny. Let's see. That's neat. Okay, so we got all these things. That's pretty good. It's gonna keep generating these. Where is it in its progression here? Oh, great. I don't know how many markdown files it's creating, but it's going to create a bunch of them. So we'll see what's done already. Also checking on this. Running test generation. Oh, okay, great. What's this doing? Need to run the tests to actually generate images. Let me run the rig task to see these results. All right, let's see what's happening here. Let's see what, maybe I missed something it was saying earlier too. Image test generation. Yeah, okay, so I guess maybe it was basically done, right? Where was the old? Ah, oh, I see. And it's going to create the intergenerator wrapper service. Let's get the rate tasks. Great. I wonder where it is in this process now. Hmm. Oh, okay. So it did all that. Fantastic. let's see what the result is. I think it takes a little bit of time for these to generate. Um, Meanwhile, go check this out. Transform with research, not bad. Series overview, huh? Cool. Not that many characters. Interesting. It's probably working on the others now. All right, it's going over here. Generating three test images. Of course, it knows about comic book characters, so that's great. It's failing because the image format. Cool. Now it's going to figure that out. And we got an hour left. 1 hour. Well, now we have an hour. Okay. So, anywho, let's see where this guy's at. Nice. It's going to test it. Cool. This thing is, it's burning some tokens on this. Nice. All right. So here, this thing is, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can do in the meantime. I don't really think so. I think this just needs to get done. Like once this is working, then we'll generate the first script, and then we can generate the found two Gemini 3 Pro models. Tell me more. Boom. All right. It'll figure this out. I need to build this into the Allspark platform because it should just have these ready to go, but we'll get there someday. For right now, just keep checking on these guys. So what is this doing actually? It's okay, so it's testing the what it's gonna test comic book style characters. Simple blue robot. Okay, neat. Yeah, I feel like these take like I don't know, like a while, like almost a minute every time they run. So I'm not surprised this is chugging along. I'm surprised this is still going in the way that it is. I wonder if this failed. It probably failed, which is actually okay. We are not going to muddy the water here with these things. Okay, what happened? All right. All right, we got to tell it to chill and definitely use the Nano Banana model. Did it not catch that? We'll just do this one time. And okay, that's fine, but I'm glad that you noticed that there's a difference in the implementation, but I need you to fix the implementation because I require you to use the image, the Gemini 3 Pro image preview, the Nano Banana 2 preview. I require it. So, I mean, you're right there. It's probably not working in the way that it's expected to, but figure out what the error is. This I've had this working on other things before, and then fix that issue so that you're capturing right thinking tokens or doing whatever it wants to do, and then getting the images back in the right way. Here is the documentation for this specific endpoint. So I want you to review it, think ultra hard about how to use it, right? And get stuff back out of it correctly. And then, and in fact, here is how to like from curl commands from that page. So think ultra hard about how this works and update our adapter to use this uh, model only. I require to use this model. It's significantly better than the other models. That's why. Off on the side, I had this pulled up, just the open router docs. It's helpful to keep these things around just to constantly correct the LLM in these cases. So, all right, so we're down to under an hour. So I'm not really sweating yet, but it would be nice to have an image generated here very soon. So I think we probably gave it the right details. So I'm hopeful in the next 5 minutes we'll have an image generated. And then we can start sewing these things together and see what happens. So what's it doing now? So it's gonna fix this to use the model correctly. Oh, good. It's got these modality parameters. Great. Okay, absolutely right. I missed the critical modality. Oh, good. Boom. All right. Awesome. So I just giving it the documentation is generally helpful. Sometimes it figures it out on its own, but that when in a time crunch, it's probably a good idea to just give the docs. All right, it's gonna fix that. Looks like it's doing all that. That's great. Looks like it's got this repeat thing happening here. So all right, so it edited it. Awesome. Let's refresh the page and just clean up its output a little bit. Let me rewrite the adapter completely with all these fixes. That's a pretty significant mm, thing, but whatever. Um, this was new as of now anyway. Uh, Rewritten. Cool. Add these modalities like image text parameters. Cool. Okay, nice. All right, so it's gonna write the new clean version from scratch. All right. Then this is still frozen. Yeah, this guy is definitely didn't get too far, but that's okay. You don't really need a lot of that. But this is good. Now, usually takes a minute or two for this. But I think we're probably gonna get boom. There we go. Decent sized file that it wrote. All right, so now that it's written this, it'll probably start testing it. I think that looks right. Nice. All right, where's this? Cool. All right, so now it's created this, it's thinking about it. Oh, that's what was going on. It was compressing. We had reached our context limit. So, yeah, it's interesting, right? 162,000 tokens. All right, so now let's test the correct image. Okay, cool. Oh, heck yeah. All right, let's use our model. It's gonna take that, run it. Oh, yeah. I'm excited to see this image. Might take, if it hasn't failed yet, my guess is it's probably going to fail when it returns because it probably didn't get the response correct. But I did give it oh, okay. Yeah, I probably should have known exactly how to do it because I did give it the curl command. Is being generated, but is in a format I didn't account for. Oh, come on. Uh, okay, cool. Well, that's fine. Let it update its thing. Can we run it again? And I bet we'll have this thing showing up. Pretty cool. So let's see about getting this going here. All right, what's next? See if it successfully extracts. I find it helpful to like kind of read its thinking as well as this. It's usually pretty similar, but all right, excellent. The image generation worked. However, all right, that's fine. Seems like a minor detail. I'm kind of surprised by that, but mm, oh, I see. To try it again should only take another, I don't know, 50 seconds, right? So, wait, what did it do? Let's look at this. I see the issue. The default model is set to the wrong one. Let me fix this to use the Nano Banana Pro model. Cool. Mm, cool. All right, so now we're generating it. We're gonna see our 1980s comic book style menacing alien villain, glowing red eyes. Why not? That sounds like a good test. Good test. I'm not, where's this going to generate this? I don't know where. It probably says it somewhere in here. It's rake task. My guess is it's probably going to be in the temp directory. So we can probably like, I don't know if it's even generated some already. Let's look in here. Temp. No, it's any in there. I mean, the docs. Yeah. Let's see where it's at. All right, we got 50 minutes left. We've generated a script behind the scenes. We haven't really read it yet, but I feel pretty comfortable that that's going to be okay. And then what we're trying to do now is get the comic book stuff working. So, the fun part is these serial moments when it's got to generate the image and it takes, I don't know, I find out almost a minute, somewhere around a minute, minute 30, a lot of times to generate an image with Nano Banana Pro. I guess two, whatever. Um, the naming here is very confusing. Anyway, let's see. Come on. Really want to look away because as soon as it gets done, there we go. Public. Oh, heck yeah. All right, well, let's check it out. Let's see what we got. Hmm. Where is... Oh, test images. I see. That's pretty good. Your world is mine. All right. What other ones do we do? I got that one. About this guy. I think they do slightly different versions. It's probably gonna be pretty similar. All right, so refresh. I need to refresh sometimes. This is a little bit of a pain. Uh, let's see. Image generation works perfectly. Now let me do a comprehensive summary. What does that mean? Okay, wait, where'd this go? All right, great. Mm, Create a simple index page for me to easily view these. All right, let's see what it did. All right, so what's it's going to do is just going to quickly look at these files and then create a really simple, just see which ones it has to reference, and then it's going to link to them. So 45 minutes, and we've generated some pretty good comic book images already, I think. So let's see how this goes. All right. Oh, here's our index. Sweet. So it's probably just slash image, test images. Boom. All right, neat. The images aren't showing up. All right, no one's tell it that. Oh, I probably hadn't written the whole thing. Let's see. Ah, there it goes. Oh, wow, that's neat. That's really cool. Wow. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We'll refine it. Okay, cool. So that seems to work really well. Um, okay, let's let this guy finish. And then we can move on with our plan. Wait, perfect. Now it's all side routes. All right, well, we'll let it do that. So it's doing that. Now let me recollect my thoughts here because we were over on this one. We were asking it to create the script and the story arc generator and all these things. Okay, great. So now we want to put these two things together. We got 45 minutes to create a comic book. Let's see how it goes. Um, so let's see. So let's think about this. So now that we've got our plot and our script and our individual panel generator, I think we want to have it run uh, a sample of this um, for us. And then we'll move on and have it do this. What's this guy doing now? Perfect. What is this guy doing? Sweet. Okay. Team of heroes standing together with dramatic lighting and bold colors. Why not? Excited to see that one. That's pretty funny. I wrote its a little update index script. That's pretty funny. Um, okay. I guess I can probably just look at this, right? Oops. Wow. That's borderline copyright infringement. Hilarious. Okay. Well, whatever. Anyway, okay, so we've done that. That seems to be working really well. Good. Now let's go back over here and I want to have it. This is awesome. We've already finished the Nano Banana integration, so I don't want to work on that right now. What I really want to do is I want to have you generate a sample comic book that is based on the kind of theme of the uh the Transformers uh where's this at? Oh, here it is. Transformers series. So review this file deeply, and I want you to think ultra hard about this, and then I want you to basically create a rake task to orchestrate or do whatever is the simplest thing because we're running out of time to generate a script for this that I can then review. and make and so it should show up in a file so that when I say the script, I mean all the components of it, the script, and then all the cells and all the things. So I want to be able to look at myself, all the outputs of this, and I want to use, basically, I want you to generate some input based on this series overview that will create some good output for a comic. So think ultra hard and run this through the process so that we have a good output example to see what the script and the individual pages and cells will look like. Oh, all right. It's getting dark in here. Anyway, all right, so what's this guy doing now? It's gonna look at our script. Awesome. This is rich material. Let me now review comic generation process to understand how this is working. Great, we got our orchestrator. Perfect. Let me create a task that will generate the Transformers themed comic book. Craft a compelling user input based on the series overview. That's really good. See how long it takes. We have about 40 minutes left, and we're generating our first comic script. So this is pretty cool. All right, we got our rake task. It's gonna, I was gonna say, okay. It's gonna take a little bit to run through our samples here. Let's see what it's gonna do. So, all right, so this rake task is doing what? It is it generates the sample Transformers theme comic book, craft a compelling user input. Okay. Nice to 1985. Story premise, key themes, great, great. Uh, okay, create the comic book. Okay, so we got this comic book object. So it's going to be called Power Beneath the Mountains, is what this is going to be called. If I recall, I think that's where, I wonder if this is actually one of the names, but I think that's where their ship crashed, was into a mountain. Anyway, let's see. So how is this going to do? It's going to create a comic book record. Oh, yeah, it's going to title. Total pages. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll see what that does. Um, okay, so we have our orchestrator. It's going to create the script. Going to tell us about that. Mm, cool. Then it'll create all this stuff. Awesome. Boop, boop, boop. And it'll write it. It's going to be interesting to see what this says. Okay. So there's the plot. Okay, so for each character, cool. Oh, how to do the characters. This is interesting. The plot outline. Oh yeah, this is all in the generators. This is, I'll look back on this, but let's assume these generators are using the right stuff because I think it did a pretty good job, likely. Let's see, comic book plot. Okay, we're just still cranking through. Okay, it's probably done some stuff by now. Oh man, it's done a lot. Where are we at? Looks like it got through stuff and failed. Let me do the remaining generations. Individual edit. Let's see. Let's trace back what happened here. Shared helper. Okay, so there's a bug. The AI response to returning a JSON wrapped in Markdown. Okay, well, it's a bummer that it. I mean, pretty neat. All right, it's probably gonna fix that. It's probably running again. Oh, did it screw up again? Come on. Oh, I see. Yeah, go to more tokens. More tokens. I hate it when it like. I hate it when it runs a whole thing and it takes a while and it just fails because like you didn't give enough tokens. I'm a little annoyed that it's using this, but we'll work on it. Oh, this is for generating. Oh yeah, okay. So it's generating the row. Cool. Hmm. All right, we're at 30 minutes. Mhm. All right, so what was done here? Image gallery complete. Oh wait, that's the other one. We even saw this, though, didn't we? It's like test images. Oh yeah, we did see this. It's down here. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, even in itself, that's pretty cool. All right, so what's going next? It's running, checking in progress, no errors. All right, so let's see. This should take, I don't know, hopefully it's not 10, 15 minutes. That'd be a bummer. It's like a lot of the time we have left. So let's see. Create epic 22 page. 20 is a lot. Okay. I feel like 6,000 characters is not enough, but I'm just gonna let it go for right now. All right, so it's gonna keep generating this. Hopefully this doesn't take actually 10 or 15 minutes. Gosh, what can we do in the meantime? I mean, I feel like this is a good path, right? If we just keep cranking on this, it'll get there. We'll generate a comic book. It'd be pretty neat. And if we have any time at the end, we can try to string it together in a web interface. So, all right, what's it doing now? Panel generator. Yeah, good. I'm glad we're thinking ahead. Increase the max tokens significantly. Yeah, that makes sense. One more time, he says 8,000. Oh, I kind of want to just like, can we? The problem is if you go too many tokens, then it just takes a long time and anyway. So hopefully this will be enough. I mean, the overarching art doesn't need to be all that detailed, and then each of the individual things shouldn't be that bad. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. I'm optimistic that this will go better. How long did it take this to fail? The row generator, the scene generator, cool. Nice character generator, awesome. Just show the output here. That'd be better. I'll have to figure that out. All right, come on. Then we got 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Result. Oh heck yeah! All right. Good progress. We're now past the JSON parsing issue, the error. It's a validating error. The AI returning role value. It's not interesting. Model expects lowercase. Okay. Aha. The first two characters. Hmm. Okay. Might generate some more specific role names. Okay. Well, let's see how this goes. We're at 30 minutes. It seems to be being a little specific here. Like it's actually doing some validation, but I mean, generally speaking, when this stuff gets working well, it moves pretty quickly. My biggest concern right now is just the amount of time it takes to do the image generation. But at the same time, it's the code that is the output that was supposed to be the goal of this here. So um, I am going to be very interested in seeing what um where we get to with the code, because I think we have a pretty good pipeline that we're generating. Two characters were created, the third is failing. Let me check. I love that. Thank you. Please relax those constraints. I just don't care. All right. Come on. Generator. We got 28 minutes. I don't think there's anything else I can do productively right now. I just don't want to confuse it. It's in a very like I need to make sure these agents need to be more independent from each other, I think is the problem. So we're gonna have to do this in serial, which is I think my speed run issue. All right. So we have some results, and one is an error. Um, yes. Create a simpler 6-page version. So that I'm gonna also say and increase all max tokens to 20,000. All right, so the goal here is, so I kind of killed that one so that it would start this other one, but so it's gonna come back up here in a second, hopefully. The um, the goal of which being like, yeah, I want to do the simpler version, which makes sense to me, but I also still am worried that it's not gonna create, it's gonna fail. I mean, that's basically what's happening. It's like truncating because it doesn't have enough tokens. Okay, cool. So now this thing, so make sure we get the state of it right. Sometimes when you reset it. All right, so let's just do a fresh command. Here we go. Awesome. I think that kicked off. Now we're gonna get it. There we go. Good. So now it's going to go with the simpler thing, and then yeah, again, I'm preemptively increasing all the token sizes because like these like max token sizes, I mean, I don't know, I don't want it to be like bad, but anyway, so we got 25 minutes. Let's get moving here. Let's get moving. All right, now we got the tokens down. It's going to create a simpler 6-page version. All right. All right, so it's going to check out the image generation. All right, let's see this short version here. I wonder if we should have just done 2 pages. Well, let's see how long this thing goes. Still having JSON parsing issues. Well, at least it's finding them sooner. All right, so we have some robust parsing. Wish we would have tested that before applying it all, but whatever. It seems to be pretty quick. Sure. Great. Edit, 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 edit. Great. We've got more robust. We got more tokens. Robust, huh? Thanks. All right. Well, at least you found the error. What was the error here? Oh, your error tracking stuff. Ironically caused errors. Come on, you got 20 minutes to make a cartoon, brother. Let's do this. It's funny that this is the issue, is just parsing this stuff. This was working better than it is. Um, yeah, I wish it would just focus on getting one of these working, but whatever, editing all of them doesn't take that long, apparently. Ray-based parser, sure. Oh my God, what are we doing? Come on, we got 20 minutes. All right, 20 minutes. Let's see how this goes. Failed again. Come on. Deep within mouth. Hmm. All right, so 20 minutes to see to create a comic. I would love to be able to get this into a web view. I don't think it'll take long if we can get this generating here pretty quickly. Hmm. All right. So where did I write that at? Uh, public comic outputs, you say? Okay. What's that? Hmm. Well, let's see what it's. Hmm. No. All right. All right. So ready to send directly to Animator Pro integration. Let's see where this is at. All right. So what worked? Great. Okay. View your content. Okay. So it's in this. Oh, I can view it down here. Public comic outputs. Public comic outputs. Transformers. That's pretty cool. Summary, detailed plot, themes, characters. Cool. And demonstration. Okay, fine. I guess that's good enough. Uh, okay, so this is okay. Let's do great. Okay. Okay, I don't see uh any of this stuff visible. I mean, I see the okay, okay, so let's just run the short one. So run the generation, the run the six for the 6 page one. I want to see the full thing happen. Like go end to end. I want to see the images generate at the end. All right. Well, we got 15 minutes and we are going to generate our comic book, it seems like. So let's see what happens here. Um, I would have probably told us to do less than 6 pages, but it has already been there, so I can't really um, do that. But let's just get started with this. We had a failure. Great. We'll let it fix that failure. Don't love completely rewriting, but hey, whatever. All right. Come on. 15 minutes. Another error. Are you kidding? Come on, this is absurd. Another error. Yes, please debug the actual files and see what's going on. That'd be great. Mm, I don't really understand that. Responsibility E, the greater good. Oh, so just using the same one? Okay, I mean, that's pretty weird. I guess it's just using the same one it generated. I don't know. We have less than 15 minutes left, so let's get going. I already really like this test images thing. It's pretty cool. Which, even if we don't get, I mean, even to do this in 90 minutes, I think is pretty neat. So we'll see where we end up at the end of it. But we're still running. We are still running. Oh, you can click full size. That is so cool. How how knockoff is this? Wow, very knockoff. I guess it's a, I don't know if there's a female Cyclops. I mean, this guy is totally, I mean, come on. United we stand, huh? For the cosmos. Those are good. Those are good thought bubbles. I like that. How are we doing over here? Oh, we're up here, aren't we? Still going. Okay. I feel like that's a positive sign. And then we're gonna only have about 10 more minutes. So we're getting really up there. Time flies. All right, still waiting. Well, while we're waiting, we might as well just check out some more of these. How's this guy look? That's so cool. Zap, boom. Galactic War Zone, 1984. Okay. Never. Your doom is sealed. That's pretty legit. That's pretty legit. How's this going? All right. Still grinding. I guess that's good. If it fails, we'll see. Generate with glitch fix. So, come on. We are very close. So we can look and see see a little more about what it said here. Plot outline, cool. It's really interesting how it did it in this weird format like this, but I guess it's maybe just the output that it was doing from what it generated. So in the data structure, in fact, we can probably see some of this in the data model. I would not be surprised. Characters. A lot of characters. How many comic books do we have? All right. So there's our test comic book. That was probably our first one. This looks like it's probably our most recent one. This was the user input. It's pretty cool. What are we doing up here? Still cranking. Come on, 10 minutes. Let's see. So that's kind of neat. So we got that. We got the characters. What does the characters look like? Ranger Dale Thompson. Oh my God, that's crazy. Prowl, Ratchet, Grunt. Oh my gosh, it's like real characters. It's so cool. So okay, so these are the most recent ones. A sleek Autobot who's designed. His personality is ultimate strategist. Prowl is a hyper logistical. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's so cool. Um, all right, so all the stuff is so this is all generating, right? So I think I'm pretty optimistic that we're gonna get something pretty good out of this. So we'll get comic books, pages, panels. Okay, so we got plots. I think this is probably the one we're working with right now. Oh man, we got scenes, we got story arcs. I think this is yeah. Oh man, look at that. Act one. We got structure. We got the opening to confrontation. The Autobots and Decepticons crash in the cavern. Megatron neutralizes them. Where are we at? Come on, keep generating. This is so cool. Um, yeah, behind the scenes, there's definitely some stuff being generated here for sure. So those are our scenes, our story arc. That's what we're looking at now. The rows. Oh shoot, this is cool. Okay, so it's generating the rows, or it has generated the rows. So my guess is that it's probably now going to start generating the panels. 22 rows. I don't remember what it was before. Uh, panel one. Oh, sick. Look at that. Okay. Oh man, this is gonna be super cool. Look at this prompt. Oh, okay. Here's the prompt it's gonna give too. You're an expert comic. Wait, wait. Cool. Expert comic book layout designer. Break the scene into rows. Oh wow, cool. Oh, that was one that did it. Oh, sick. All right, so that was the prompt that it used to break it into rows. It's 7 minutes left. Let's see where we get. Comic books. Have we got any panels generated yet? I'm a little worried about this. Oh my God, look how many rows there are. Oh, this is the problem. There's so many rows. There's gonna be so many panels. All right, we may have overdone the scope of this a little bit here. Let's see. I mean, this is pretty neat. Wait, how many rows? This is tons. Um, yeah, this is going to be nice if there was some. Well, I really hope it doesn't fail on the panel generator. Eesh. All right, 5 minutes left. Where are we at? I should have used a faster model. All right, we're up to 50 rows, which is crazy. Up to 64 rows. These things are generating quite quickly. How many pages? How many rows are there per page? It's got to be like, I don't know. Anyway, very excited for these panels to start generating. These rows are pretty cool. I feel like the panels already exist, right? Like, is there any more? What else is in the panel? It's like, there's no data. What's the structure? Oh my God, look at that. It's just like totally organized. This is gonna be sick when this gets done. Well, 90 minutes may not be enough. I may have not scoped this super well, but let's see. I mean, again, it's about the code that gets generated. So I think the code that's getting generated here is probably going to be pretty good. Um, as soon as it starts, man, there's too many panels. What do we got here? Oh gosh, 71 rows. Come on, how many rows is that? Like, that's like a 22. This is, I think this did the 22 pager, right? Because 70 rows. What do you have? Like three or four, maybe five? Let's say you have five. That's a lot of pages. It's like 10. It's definitely going to do 22 pages. Is what it's doing. All right, let's keep checking in. Oops, I don't really care about that right now. Let's see what the, how many, no panels and 79 rows. Come on. 86 rows. This is going to be a very detailed comic. Cannot wait to see his character in row. Characters in row. Oh man, look at this. This is super cool. Soundwave, Starscream, movement enters the cave. Wow, this is just neat. Okay, so look at that, it's taking 4 or 5 seconds per. That's why. That's why it's taking so long. I just don't know. There's so many rows. Oh my gosh. Oh shit! Yeah, panels are starting to generate. Oh, this is gonna be great. Low angle. I'm adjust. Oh Jesus. All right, these are taking. This is gonna take a long time. So unfortunately, I mean, I say unfortunately, but we don't know yet. Let's see how long it takes. Maybe we can. I wish it would have parallelized these, but probably won't. Um, that's six. Where is it generating these? Yeah, that's not fast enough. Let's see what the jobs look like. Oh, I see. It's not running them, and Sidekick is just running them. Yeah, well, now up to 9 panels, which is going to be neat when they're all done generating. Extreme close up. I mean, look at this. Eye wide on Ranger Thompson. His face fills the entire screen. His face is masked and drawn in realization of dread in his eyes. The background is completely out of focus. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is gonna be really neat when this gets done. Uh, it may not work anymore than this. You know what I'm gonna do while it's here? Yeah, I don't know. I guess this is fine. Let's just see where it gets. We've got like another minute. It's probably gonna not work. Well, anyway, so I think what I'm probably gonna do is I will wrap this up. I will commit where this got to be honest about where it netted out at. And then what I'll do is I'll just let it finish. I mean, I can't wait to see this thing finish. 13 panels. Um, so these are super detailed, like so much information in these things. So I think that's part of the issue is just the generation. I mean, if anything that was accomplished here is a comic book script generator, which is pretty neat. We'll see how it comes out by the end. But I also think that Image generator actually does work, right? We did see that here. So, I mean, in theory, in theory, this did the job. And we will have a pretty good set of comics when this thing gets finished. So I will, oh, that's our time right there. So that means I'm going to commit our changes. All right, so we've committed all our changes. That is the end of our speed run. So I think, and then I'll pull up the code here. You can see where this is. So this is, oh, well, I didn't push it up, the commit up. That probably is going to fail if I try that. Let's give it a shot. Yeah. That part, there's a bug there. Anyway, well, whatever. It's going to show up there. It's committed. We committed it at 90 minutes. It looks like, oh, look at this. Um, Final stages, stage panels. Let me add, oh, shoot. There's a panel glitch. That's not cool. Run the full generation. Well, anyway, these were what were generated, and the post got pushed up. So, anyway, that's where I could leave my judging at. But for right now, I'm going to stop the video, and then I will come back when this thing is completed, and I will show you the final result, and I'll give you a sense of um, what the um, what the final result was and how long it took me to get there. So thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you later. Okay, well, I wanted to give you a wrap up of where things netted out after it finished all the generation. So this is a little bonus cut. And you can see here, it actually created two different versions. One was a short version that was only 2 pages, 3 pages, 2 pages. So you can see this was the first one that it finished actually almost immediately after I cut last. And then here is another one. This took a lot longer to run, and it was running basically in the background when we last left off. And you can see it's just cool. Like there's all kinds of neat stuff in here. It's like you can read through it, and it's long. It's like 190 panels that it generated, which is why it took so stinking long. But I mean, so pro tip for speedrun hackathons: image generation projects are challenging because it takes time to generate them. But the code was done, and this is what we got out of it. So pretty darn cool. I think I'm gonna go make another comic book.